Apart from your appearance on television as judge in the Afrikaans Idols, you also became known for your columns in several Afrikaans newspapers. Does Witboy in Africa have any connection with those columns?
Well, the connection between Witboy in Africa and the columns is most probably the fact that the same irreverence and straightforwardness comes through. I think that what I do and my whole approach to things is very much the same. I'm not playing a role in anything that I do. So at the end of the day, the same persona or personality that you see in Idols or Saterdagnacht or the newspaper columns, that comes through in the book. Although with the book, I think there's more humor in the book. I think people sometimes in the past had a tendency to misunderstand my humor and see it more as like a vicious satire, whereas a lot of the times I really had my tongue firmly in my cheek, and with the long form of the book, it really gave me the opportunity for my sense of humor to come through.
What motivated you to write Witboy in Africa?
There are a couple of things that motivated me to write Witboy in Africa. One of them is that I have a tendency to get drunk on a Friday night with my friends around the kitchen table, and then I told them all these stories of my African adventures. But then I could never remember who I told the stories to. So people would start rolling their eyes because I've been telling them the same story 3 or 4 times. So then I thought, if I write a book, then I can put it all together, and then they can just buy it and I can make money from them.
Who is Witboy and how much of Deon is there in him?
I've always said that the one thing that you owe to the world is to age gracefully. My pet hate is like these 45-year-old women with long blonde hair that still have the same hairstyle that they did when they were 18. And I've always promised myself that I will age gracefully. Now, I am aging gracefully, but I still have this really wild streak in me, and that's Witboy. So Witboy is really this guy that's a little bit crazier than me, and he's a little bit more adventurous than me. He drinks a little bit more than me, has more sex than me. He's most probably what I want it to be. At the same time, Witboy also gives me the opportunity to have certain literary freedoms, to do certain things that, so it becomes a bit of a shield that I can hide behind, because a lot of my stuff is very personal and it's very autobiographical, and a lot of times people, my immediate friends and my family, feel that I'm letting people in too much. So with the Witboy persona, it becomes like something different, and it's something that I can just go, well, it didn't really happen like that, or it's not that person that I'm specifically talking about.
Parts of the book sometimes read like excerpts from a movie. What influence did your work as documentary filmmaker and TV producer have on your writing?
I don't know how other people write. Nobody ever taught me to write. I didn't do an M with Marleen van die Kerk at Stellenbosch or stuff like that, I've been writing since I was 12 years old. By the time I left school, I had like a shoebox full of rejection slips already, and very, very few things published. So the way I write is I write in bulk. So I'll spend a lot of time thinking about something, but I'll make a movie in my head. It's always in pictures. Even if my notebooks, when I travel, it consists of visual references rather than straight notes. There are notes as well, but they're more visual references. So I make this movie in my head, and then I sit down and I write the movie that I see in my head. And then I just write till I can't write anymore, and then I fall over, and then I sleep for 8 hours, and then I start writing again. Some days I write up to 9,000 words.
You've been in trouble more than once about things you said or wrote. Did you write Witboy in Africa to shock people?
I've never written anything in my life to intentionally shock or provoke. Some people may think that, but it's never been the case. I think one of the most important things when you do what I do is that everything that you say you need to be able to back it up with a solid argument or with facts. So everything I say, I stand by it. And I never, as I said, I never deliberately go out to shock.